to come on the dais. I also invite Professor Milind Atre, Deputy Director, Professor Ravindra Gudi, Deputy Director, Professor Rohit Manchanda, Board Member, Professor Suvarna Kulkarni, Dean Academic Programs, Professor Pratibha Sharma, Associate Dean Academic Programs, and Mr. Ganesh Borkhade, Registrar. I request all to please rise for the national song. Everybody may please sit. Welcome once again to this ceremony. Today we are celebrating the success of our students, and we have two eminent personalities on the dais who are our alumnus and have been associated with the institute for a very long period. May I request our director, Professor Shirish Kedare, to felicitate Professor Juzar Washi, who has been awarded Padma Shri this year for pioneering research in the area of semiconductors. Thank you, sir. May I request Professor Washi to briefly narrate his journey which has led to this achievement?
Thank you. It's a pleasure and privilege for me to be here. Professor Kedare, Professor Umesh Wagmare, Mr. Shashi Shekhar, and all the other dignitaries on the dais. Thank you very much. As requested, I'll just reflect on my journey. But before that, I want to wish all of the students here, the medalists, not only the students here, but even those who have received their degrees today, very large number, 3,000 plus. And of course, especially the medalists who will receive their medals today. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations also to the parents of all of the students. You must be equally proud, and our congratulations, my congratulations go out to you as well. As I said, I'll just talk a little bit about my journey, which began actually in 1964. That's a long time ago, but that's when I, as a young student, stepped first into this campus. And then, of course, I was here for 5 years doing my BTech, graduated in 69, and then eventually came back in 1981. When I came back, of course, I was already working in semiconductors, in CMOS technology, and I continued to do that. It's quite a demanding area technology-wise because, you know, the equipment is quite complex, the processing is very complex, and for us to set up the lab, I was fortunate to have many colleagues and students who really helped in putting this together. It was just not possible for one person or even a small group to do it, so we built up quite a large group of people for doing this. Continued in the broad area of semiconductors, nanoelectronics, microelectronics for quite some time, and then made a shift to solar energy. Silicon photovoltaics is what I thought I was moving to. So it's really going from silicon to silicon, but actually turned out that photovoltaics is really a completely different kind of area, and it gave me the opportunity again to interact with a lot of other people across the campus, faculty members from other departments, and of course students from other departments as well. I'll also just briefly mention that arising out of our work in solar energy, we also got involved with the Dandi Memorial Project, a very interesting project, which then resulted not only in us setting up the solar energy in Dandi to power the memorial, but also really doing the artwork and the architecture and so on for the Dandi Memorial. In fact, IIT Bombay became the so-called design coordinating agency for Dandi. Looks like many different things really I've been doing here, but there is one common strand running through all of it, and that is really IIT Bombay. Whether as a student, a young faculty member, and then later, and now of course as Professor Emeritus, I continue to be involved. It's IIT Bombay, the environment it has, the ethos which it provides for people to come together, work together, and really have the opportunity to achieve whatever they wish to do. So this is really the message I want to leave here today, that it's an environment like IIT Bombay, a place like IIT Bombay. Incidentally, the IITs are really, incredible institutions set up by the government way back in the 1950s with really, a very interesting idea, and then continued to be funded by the government as public institutions through all of these years. So the IITs are indeed very special institutions. And of course, I might say that IIT Bombay is the most special of all of these IITs. No one, I hope, is going to contradict me, because I see almost in fact, everyone here is from IIT Bombay, and so are all of you. But the IITs in general are really very exceptional institutions, and I hope all of you students, as you go out, you will really remember, if not the technical subjects which you learned here, but the ethos and the kind of environment which the IIT provided you, and really continue to have such an environment. You will create such an environment in the workplace that you go to. So with these few words, I again congratulate everyone, and thank you again for this presentation, for which I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Kedare to felicitate Mr. Shashi Shekhar Vempati. Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Shashi Shekhar Vempati to say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening, and thanks to Professor Kedare and the Deputy Directors of IIT Bombay, Professor Vasi, Professor Umesh, and all the students here. Thanks for this very kind opportunity. Just hearing Professor Vasi that his journey started in 1964, I just realized that his journey started before I was even born. So it's a very humbling moment for me to be on the stage sharing it with someone when I was in the campus who was regarded as a legend. To be felicitated alongside him is a great honor and a very humbling moment. Thank you, IIT Bombay, for that. The last time I was here in the convocation hall, I remember was, of course, I was here for my convocation, but I came 1 year after that during the PAF in 1996. And recently I was asked by one of the alumni magazines, what is the one thing that really stayed with you from your IIT days beyond academics? And the answer to me was PAF. And, the whole experience of doing PAFs in this hall in those years, the experience of it, it kind of took you away to a very different world. And today, when I reflect back on my journey, all the different twists and turns where I started from chemical engineering, then went to software engineering, then went into digital media, then went into broadcast media, and now films and film certification. So all, so many different domains. And I just realized that, the experiences that IIT Bombay put you through, the opportunities it created, it kind of prepared me for, doing very different things, not be afraid of the unknown, take on new challenges, be very comfortable with uncertainty. I think that's one thing that stayed with me over the decades. I will always be very thankful for IIT Bombay for those formative years, which prepared me for all these different chapters that I've had to go through in my professional life. So very thankful to IIT Bombay for that. I think it's a great time for all of you to be graduating. Professor Kedare just mentioned the record number of PhD students coming out of IIT Bombay. I think the government, especially with Prime Minister Modi's initiatives around ANRF and now with RDI fund, I think it's a phenomenal time to be doing science and technology in India, for India. So I hope many of you will go on to do great things, found great startups, great innovations, things that we all dreamed of decades back, which today are in the realm of possibility. I think it's a great moment. So all the very best to all of you, and thank you again to IIT Bombay, to all of you for this wonderful opportunity for me to revisit memories in this hall so many decades later. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Shirish Kedare to deliver his welcome address and to introduce our chief guest, Professor Umesh Wagmare.
Namaskar and welcome to this medal distribution ceremony event as part of the 64th Convocation of IIT Bombay. I will first briefly introduce what this function concept is, then I'll introduce the chief guest, and then I will share my thoughts. So this is the 64th Convocations. Now, it's highly unconventional way that we are handling the convocations nowadays. Typically, there is one function called convocation in most of the universities and many IITs except a few. But first thing is our convocation has two sessions. One is in spring, which is held in February, and one is in autumn, which is held now. But when it is held now, it's not only this function. This is only a institute medal distribution function, but parallelly today and tomorrow we are handling 28 different convocations in departments. So there are 64th Convocation, degree distribution and degree award events. So this is something weird, I will say. Why not centralize? But I think decentralization is essence because we believe in participation. If everybody of those 3,763 students, which we are 3,400 students which are passing out now, even if 3,000 of them come, they just can't fit, only half of them can fit. Forget about their parents and then teachers and heads and senate, just forget about it. So therefore we have gone into the distributed function, and therefore in degree distribution and award functions. But apart from these 28 functions and February function, there is a Monash Academies function which is next Saturday. So in all there are 30 convocation function units, Plus, this is a institute medal distribution ceremony where we will be giving President of India medal, Institute Gold Medal, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma Gold Medal, Sharad Malu Gold Medal, G.H. Raisoni Excellence Gold Medal, and then silver medal, institute level silver medals to different departments, and Nayak and Rastogi Best Thesis Awards to about 50 PhD students. So these are all institute level functions and they will be distributed here because there is no point in distributing the institute medals on a departmental degree award function. So this is the concept, and this has led to a festival, I'll say, and you can feel that is essentially outside this hall and within this hall. And I am very happy that Dr. Umesh Wagmare has agreed to be chief guest, and I'm very happy that this year we could start this medal, institute medal function with felicitating two of our alumni actually, one of which is also faculty, was also faculty and is, I will say, I will not use past tense because he still comes around and helps us in many things. He is also on our committees. So both Professor Vasi and Juzair Vasi and Professor Mr. Shashi Shekhar Vempati, they are both alumnus. They have done exemplarily in the fields, and we are very happy that they have got Padma Shri this year. And let me mention that 3 of our faculty till now have got Padma Shri. Professor Sukhatme and then Professor Phatak are also Padma Shri awardees. And our chairman presently is Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Radhakrishnan. So this is a very proud moment for us. Umesh Wagmare is also our alumnus. He received his BTech with Institute Silver Medal in Engineering Physics in 1990, PhD in Applied Physics from Yale University 1996, postdoctoral in Harvard, and then he was a faculty at Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in 2001, which is at Bangalore in IISc, where he served as president and professor in the theoretical science unit. He joined Department of Science and Technology as secretary to Government of India on just last month, July 3rd. His research has led to atomistic understanding of a variety of technologically important materials. So very basic fundamental research in physics, but he's also, along with it, was a co-founder of a startup. So maybe seemingly opposite approaches or skills. He has both a startup, Breathe Applied Sciences Private Limited, which engages in reduction of CO2, the greenhouse gas stove methanol as a fuel. He is also associate editor, needless to say, of some journals, Nanoscale and Nanoscale Advances. He has many awards, and I will say, being a selfish, I will mention one award, which is he is a recognized distinguished alumnus of IIT Bombay in 2017 and received MRSI Distinguished Material Scientist Award in 2024. He is fellow of National Academy of Science, National Academy of Science Allahabad, Indian National Science Academy. So I am very happy that such a versatile personality we have as a chief guest. And yes, 60% of the dais is IIT alumnus, and it tends to be inbreeding, but which is not. I mean, we take care every time that there is no inbreeding element involving alumni. But yes, this has come naturally, and many of our initiatives nowadays have a significant role of alumni. Maybe because yes, their commitment is great towards IIT Bombay. I will say that today's festival of journey of learning is kind of a character of what IIT Bombay is: participatory approach, involvement of people, and also, as Professor Wasim mentioned, you are free to explore new things. You are not constrained to work only on a limited thing. Of course, that also puts constraint on facilities, space, finances, but we are mobilizing it, and we find that if there is a will, we can find the resources. But that doesn't mean that we should curtail the aspirations of students or faculty, and that is the essence of IIT Bombay, as Professor Vasi mentions. And there is a freedom to take a variety of research, change the gear. And I think these 2 days are really festival of journey of learning. And with these 28 functions, and I will just put some numbers here. We have in all these events, including spring and autumn, everything, 1,713 UG graduating this year, 1,430 PGs, postgraduates, graduating this year, and 620 PhDs, which is very high. I mean, compared to our own standards since last year and before. Last 2 years we were stranded at 498 and 499, and we didn't try any unnatural means to make 1 or 2 add to cross it 500. We said that let it cross by itself. And of course we took efforts, especially Professor Suvarna Kulkarni, Professor Pratibha Sharma, and also from student affairs side, encouraging faculty, encouraging students to reduce the time required, increase the quality. We are also working on that. And maybe those efforts have led to 620 PhDs this year. Compared to that, I can openly say that IIT Delhi is the next, which is 587 PhDs, and they have gone in press to say that. So I also have numbers of all other IITs, but I don't want to say that because I haven't asked them whether I can declare that or not. But IIT Delhi has publicly said so. So we are happy to say that. But also another thing is, in this 620 PhDs, there are 401 male students, 219 are female, girls and boys. So that's more than 30%, which is typically in engineering, it's very difficult that way. So we are very happy to have these numbers here. In all, there are 3,442 students. So they just can't fit in this hall. This hall is 1,200. So 2/3 will be outside if they all come here. 3,442 students getting 3,763 degrees, because there are double degrees also awarded to certain students. So this is very good. I will say that this is a big family, 770 faculty, 13,000 students, 4,000 staff, 75,000 alumni. This is what IIT Bombay. But I'll also mention one important thing. The highest PhDs is by chemistry, which is 77. And then there are 77 PhDs, but there are, of course, there is electrical, mechanical, another departments like chemistry, chemical, energy are also doing well. But one mention I should do this is 40 PhDs are from HSS, which I think is phenomenal. And I really congratulate all the faculty, the previous head and present head, Professor Pooja Purang and Sirola ji, that they have really worked out the processes, encouraged students and faculty to spend time on PhDs, increase the quality. So, and last year also they had, I think, 20 or 22. So in all these 2 years, they have graduated 60 students. So it needs mention. That's what I thought. So I think I am not stating that it's a festival. If you go out, there are at least 10,000 people around, 2,500 students, 7,500 parents, maybe 1,000 faculty and other people from here and outside who are involved and celebrating the journey of learning. And I certainly congratulate all the medal winners. I will, as going by the effort by Sanjay Khanna ji from Energy Department's convocation, maybe all those students, can you raise your right hand? All the students? Okay, can you pat yourself? Congratulations to you for getting the medals. And yes, it's a success. It must have been an interesting and encouraging journey. This medal is encouragement. Wish you a success all along, but also develop resilience. It's not always that we are successful. I'm not going on a negative note, but I still want to say that yes, resilience for failure is very important. Success comes after many failures, and failures are really the teachers. And this, I repeat almost every time that I get a chance to talk to the students and others. Failures tell us what not to do, how not to do, and many other things that saves our time and efforts. Cherish failures. And don't get disturbed by the success, because there are many other things that are beyond success. It's not something that we have finally achieved. Yes, I appreciate that you have got the medal, and I'm not saying it negatively, with a very positive tone that yes, it is certainly an encouragement, and I appreciate all the efforts you have put in over 4 or 5 or whatever number of years, because there are various different batches and different programs. So you really deserve the appreciation. And also, looking back, yes, maybe in the same hall you had come some years back, sat as a freshies and listened to the then director, and then went into hostel, explored new things. Maybe that was after your coaching classes, if that was the way you had come here. And the first day was anxious, and you may remember all this, it's maybe fresh in your mind. And the compromises and struggle done before and after. And I will also say that especially the struggles done by many others. I won't use the word sacrifices, but these are struggles, compromises, efforts, encouragements given to you by the parents. So I will say that, can you all stand up, the students? And clap for your parents and friends. Their patience, their encouragement, their struggles helped you coming this way, and many other people in the society. Thank you. Looking back, there might have been many positive, negative experiences, but every moment told you something. You learned from it. You made so many friends, and as I sometimes use Guljar's lines, इस मोड़ से जाते हैं कुछ सुस्त कदम रास्ते, कुछ तेज कदम राहें. So there are various kinds of people come here from different directions, sit here together, work here together, stay here together, and then go again their way. So it's very interesting place where academics is there, but also staying together. The soft skills are very important. Looking ahead, I will say that you are of course looking for a settled life, no doubt about it. But let it be a dynamically stable life. only stable life, there is no fun. But you know the chemical reactions are dynamically stable. Many mechanical processes are dynamically stable. So this dynamic stability in the life, which allows you to explore new ways, allows you to accept new challenges, be ready to take them up, dare to explore new ways. You are from IIT Bombay. For example, we used to say when we were in the hostel that yes, we are staying here in all these hostels together, away from home for 5 years, 4 years, 6 years, whatever it is, having food, whatever is available, and right time, right amount of food we are eating, and then we have a degree of IIT Bombay in our pocket. We can survive anywhere in the world in whatever conditions. Just don't bother about placement, this or that, the problems. Go ahead. I think you need to dare to explore new ways, and that's what IITians are for. And be a responsible IITian. Being IITian is a responsibility. It's not just brand, it's beyond brand. It's of course technical skills, but being IITian, staying in the hostel, working together, having so many buddies, colleagues, friends, you develop the soft skills, which are very important for survival beyond the technical hard skills. People with technical skills are needed, no doubt about it, but people with soft skills are very important, critically important everywhere, where they can go along with others, take along teams, also sail through various difficulties. The people with these soft skills are very important. It's a responsibility. Be professional, have a professional approach, always have unbiased logical thinking, and you are being honest. You have taken the pledge. Being honest is very important, and let me say that being honest and integrated, your own integrity is not for showing to somewhere, putting in CV. It's for your own satisfaction. Being honest, maintaining our integrity gives you strength. Working with the true yourself gives you freedom, gives you natural, creative, innovative approach, and that gives you a lot of satisfaction. Think about it. It's very difficult sometimes to make judgments, make choices, be honest to yourself, listen to your own thoughts. That's something which is very important. I say that to my alumni that yes, we learn 3 things. One thing is be a learner. We are always a learner, and we have a habit to go to basics. In any damn situation, we can go to basics, sit quiet, say that, okay, this is the problem. What should I do? These are the situation. What should I do? Consult, go to basics, solve the problem, address the problem, because we know the process of solving the problems. Be learner always. In any situation, learning is the strength that we have. So what we learn here is not engineering, not energy, chemical, mechanical. We learn to learn. And let's appreciate that and use that skill throughout your journey. And always seek help, give help to fellow IITians. They are always there. They are all over the world, 75,000 of them all over the world. Do not stop learning. Do not be out of touch. You may be out of IIT Bombay, but IIT Bombay is within you, as this is what Alumni Association people always say, and it will follow you everywhere through alumni. So be yourself, be a responsible, honest IITian. The journey of learning continues. This is a festival of learning, journey of learning, I say. Let's celebrate the journey of learning today and tomorrow. Let's celebrate the festival of learning. So all the best to you for your further life. जाओ अपनी जिंदगी जियो. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Professor Umesh Wagmare, to please address the audience.
Thank you. Professor Kedare, Professor Vasi, Shri Vempati, other dignitaries on the dais, faculty members and staff of IIT Bombay, and most importantly, the graduating students and their families and friends. I'm absolutely exalted to be here with you at the Convocation 2026 of IIT Bombay. It's a very special event where more than 1,000 students, very bright young minds, trained thoroughly in the vibrant science and technology ecosystem of IIT Bombay, graduate to enter the next phase of their life, where they can be very ambitious and move on to shaping our nation, build our nation, and contribute to the system. I perceive this as a major accomplishment, particularly the medalist here. It reflects on your tremendous hard work, consistent effort, in-depth studies, and dedication, commitment. It's absolutely great to see so many medalists graduating from IIT Bombay, along with other students in their batch. Getting medal is very important. Although it's a landmark in your career. There are many more things to achieve in life, and it's a time now to feel very happy, proud to have the medals, but also energized to take on much harder things in life in the future to come. To the students who didn't get medals, also, I wish to express that every student is unique, with different set of abilities and has a very different growth curve. So you should also wait for your growth sharp spike to come, and good things will happen provided you are willing to commit to something great. So before I move on, I first congratulate all the medalists, all the students who are graduating during this convocation from IIT Bombay, their families and friends who have supported them all through, and also importantly the faculty, colleagues and staff of IIT Bombay, because it reflects on a lot of work which goes from the institutional side for having such bright minds to receive the ambience, to perform, to learn and graduate with great colors. I congratulate IIT Bombay as well. My pleasure to be here with you today is doubled by another festive occasion today to felicitate Professor Juser Vasi and Shri Vempati. Professor Vasi was a legend and probably the most admired faculty member when I was here as a student. And Mr. Vempati was my fellow junior resident of the same hostel. So it's great for me to be here, join at the felicitation of both of them. And I thank IIT management for choosing this occasion to do the same on us. When I was here in 86 to 90, IIT was a much smaller place. All the 4 BTech batches could fit in this hall, for example. So the number of students here has gone up by a factor of 10 in the last 35 years. It's impressive to see 600 plus PhD students graduating today from IIT. And more importantly, the gender balance has improved in terms of percentage by a factor of 8. And that's also very creditable. IIT not only continues to excel in education and research, but also has taken up initiatives to connect more closely with central government, state government, local schools, regional institutions, and really reflect on very responsible leadership, which is connecting with the society in every possible channel where impact is to be made. And I greatly appreciate this change in IIT Bombay over the last few decades. That also brings me to a point that indeed the students who graduate from here are very lucky to have this kind of an institution with ambience which promotes not only high quality education, experiential learning, and but also exposure to the modern trends in the science and technology ecosystem, and in particular the shifting emphasis to translational research where the technologies can make remarkable difference and impact. So what my colleagues, Professor Kedare and others have already said many great things for you students to take up as you go along. I have a few words to share with you. One is identify what is your passion. It doesn't have to be today, it can even change in a few years. But identify the passion, and 2 things, be very ambitious and be willing to work together selflessly. Because any great thing in life cannot be achieved without deep thinking, consolidated effort, and ambitious plan. When you work in a team, you need a good plan to take people together. And these messages that I wish to give you, in fact, are exemplified on this stage by the Padma Shri awardees on the stage. They took less traveled path. They worked very hard on those 2 paths. They continue to do that, never stopped. And that's really the message, and it's really nice to connect with that on the stage today. There are many technological revolutions happening around us, from quantum technologies to AI/ML, to technologies in materials which can be enabling lots of solutions to long-standing societal problems, which include climate change, pollution, health, affordable living, and many other related problems. So you are really well-trained here in IIT to take on these big problems. The government also has introduced schemes which will allow you to use channels like the RDIF fund, which one of us mentioned, where a huge amount of funds are available, which along with industry can support your ideas to translate your ambitious goals, plans into real-world technological solutions. So please do consider taking on challenging problems, less traveled path, and work hard at it. The fruits will not be seen very soon. You will need to work for a number of years, maybe decades sometimes, to achieve the final objective. And never fear failure, as Professor Kedare said. There's a lot to learn from failures than from successes. And one day success will come if you continue your hard work with trust in yourself, in your system, and in your team. Trust the people around. One thing which I really learned in IIT was our country is very beautiful. Why and how? The students here, faculty members here, mess workers here represented different parts of India. different cultures, different habits, different likings, different languages, and we all harmoniously stayed together, we learned together, we grew together. And trust me, that's what should continue in making your life as a mission to accomplish something really outstanding and ambitious. Very few students, a very small fraction of students have advantage and fortune to get education in institute like IIT Bombay. And I congratulate you once again for getting in here and successfully completing your tenure, enjoying your work here, stay here. But also remember, you have now a great responsibility to give back to the system, to the society, to the institute. And that responsibility should always stay in your mind when you take up your future plans. Be compassionate in giving back to the system. Be thinking about weaker sections around you who could benefit from your wisdom and your skills and knowledge that you have achieved here. I will end by repeating what Professor Kedare said. In IIT, you learned how to learn, and learning never stops. So this IIT tenure here will have a permanent imprint with you in your life. You'll never forget